Seattle Coffee Gear, and today I've got some of our favorite brew grinders for 2022. So we're gonna have our crowd pleaser pick here. We're gonna have our top features pick, our ultimate pick, and an honorable mention. And we're gonna give you the reasoning behind each of these picks. So let's dive into it and start with our crowd pleaser, which is gonna be the Solis Scala Zero. So you've probably seen this grinder a lot on our channel. It's also featured in our under 500 espresso grinders. And that's just because it's a really great all-around entry-level grinder, kind of for no matter what sort of coffee brewing you're doing, whether it's cold brew or press coffee or drip brewing or even some entry-level espresso. And that's because this grinder has expanded grind settings from the regular Solis Scala. So you're gonna get a little bit more fine control at the finer end of the spectrum without sacrificing too much on the coarser end of the spectrum for doing things like those immersion brewing techniques. This is a very simple grinder to use. The only real feature it has is just the timer on the side. You're gonna twist to adjust the grind setting with the hopper, and then your grounds come into the catch bin. The zero in the title of this grinder is because it has very, very low static compared to other grinders. It actually has technology inside the grinder to help eliminate static electricity in the grounds, so they won't clump up and they won't cling to the catch bin. Now, this is going to be based on your conditions in the room as well, so we can't promise that all the time it's going to be completely zero static, but in ideal conditions there won't be any static, and it's going to be way better performing in that perspective than a lot of other entry-level grinders, even if you're in a place that's more conducive to static electricity in your grounds. So really great all-around choice, very affordable. It's our crowd pleaser pick for brew grinders for 2022 for those reasons. So next up, we have our top features pick, which is going to be the Baratza Virtuoso Plus. This is a great grinder that is extremely solidly constructed, and it's got this really nice screen here that you can use to adjust the amount of time that you want to grind for. It's going to give you a lot of fine control over that, and that's the feature we're really highlighting here. But otherwise, it's got a lot of settings. It's another twist to adjust, so it's very simple to use, and then your grounds are going to go into this nice hopper. It's got really great grind consistency, and that minute programming for the timing is going to allow you to kind of dial in exactly the amount of coffee that you need for whatever your daily brew method is, and just hit the button every time, which is a really great feature. And when you combine it with how rock solid the construction on this grinder is and how great the performance is, it fell pretty easily into our top features spot on this list. Next up, we have our ultimate pick. So this is going to be the fanciest and the most feature-rich and high performance of the list, is the fellow Ode. So this grinder is going to be the one for you if you are really, really into your pour over and slow brewing methods. It is the most expensive grinder on this list, and it also has the most amount of features. So it's gonna have things like a single dosing hopper, so you're just gonna pour your beans, you're gonna dose them beforehand, pour them in, and then let it run, and it's gonna automatically stop after it runs through all the beans in the hopper. So maybe not the best choice if you want something like one of the hoppers on these grinders that is going to let you store your beans in there to just kind of press the button every morning. But single dosing is very popular for pour over, and it can be used with any brew method. So that feature is really nice. Very low retention on this grinder as well. So you can really just measure out the exact amount that you need, drop it in the hopper, and let it go. It's got a nice big dial up top here for adjusting the grind setting with some guidelines there. It's got this knocker that I really like. So what that's gonna do is allow you to kind of tamp out the last little bit of any retained grounds so that you really can get down to that zero retention. And then the catch bin actually secures in place with a little magnet. So you'll see it'll slot into place there so that you know it's gonna catch all of the grounds. And then the catch bin itself is just a very nicely constructed metal catch bin. So this grinder is going to have that kind of very premium feature set, very high performing. It's got large burrs in it, gonna give you very consistent grounds, and it's kind of the ultimate pick, which is why it's our ultimate pick for brew grinding at home. Finally, we've got the Eureka Mignon Filtro over here in our honorable mention category. The reason we have this in an honorable mention is because it's very unique for this list because it has a stepless grind adjust. So stepless adjustment is pretty popular for espresso because you need that very fine control in order to get the best shots out of certain kinds of coffee. But there's actually a lot of value for a stepless grind adjust in brew grinding as well, specifically in pour over grinding. So if you're really into hyper fine control of your ground consistency for pour over and you're kind of keeping track of that for your recipes and you're trying different consistencies to sort of see how you can dial in the flavor, this might be a perfect choice for you because you are going to get that stepless adjust, which is going to give you that precision. So for some users, it may be a bit of a pain to have to do a stepless adjust, and it's not a great pick if you're going to be using different kinds of brewing, because once you adjust it and get it dialed in place, it's very hard to get it back to that point and adjust it back and forth. So definitely recommend it for people who are specifically doing one type of brewing, probably pour over. But if you are, it's a really great grinder for that, and it's gonna give you really great performance and a ton of precision in your grind setting to really tease out minute flavors in your coffee. So I hope this video has been valuable for you and that it might give you a little bit of insight into which one of these grinders will be a great pick for you. We love all of them, and we think that each of them is going to be a perfect grinder for someone. So we're really happy to bring them to you. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy educational videos, machine comparisons, more grinder reviews, that sort of thing, get subscribed to our newsletter. There's a link below that will get you those videos to your inbox, as well as make you the first to know about any deals or sales that we have going on, so that you can get your shopping in as quickly as possible for these kinds of machines. If you did like the video, make sure to hit the like button, drop a comment if you have any questions, and get subscribed for more of our best of 2022 videos. Thanks.